Today we are going to start 8th class biology class, and the first lesson is what is science. This is the first page of your textbook, children. I will be teaching you one page in detail with clarity with all the related images, pictures, and at the same time whatever questions you have. So here we go. What is science? Here the first paragraph it is mentioned that science is nothing but all the development which has been seen, like for example in the primitive era we didn't had all this development, all these inventions and discoveries, like the computers, mobile phones, internet, space shuttles, robotics, hybrid food grains, medicines. All these are the consistent efforts which have been made by different scientists because of their intelligence, hard work, dedication in a well organized way. Because of human intelligence we are able to do this, and little by little if the development has taken in the field of science, and the same thing has been carried on from time to time by different people from generation to generation, and now at present we are able to enjoy all these things in this present time. So the consistent effort not by one person, by many people in continuation together is the result which we are seeing now. Then you can see, children, that the people who think differently to observe and understand the nature in a specific way, they only will be able to develop something or to invent or discover various things. Okay, next we have here what is science. Few definitions are given. If you have a textbook, you can tick that. So, in the first line, you can see science is a concerted human effort to understand or to understand better the history of natural world and how the natural world works, with observable physical evidence as the basis of understanding. So, here observation is very important. Observation of all the natural phenomena, or when we want to prove something, we need to perform certain experimentation which will give us an evidence or a proof to prove our thing. So, science and scientists depend upon this experimentation method. Then, in the last line, you can see that science is a process of thinking. We should first think, we should use all our senses, we should stress to a certain point. Here, one example I would like to quote, that in the olden days, people used to think that earth is flat, but it was only one person who was just standing near a beach or a seashore, and he carefully observed that a ship is moving ahead towards him. So, when he observed the ship, he found out that the chimney part of the ship will be visible first, and later on the middle part of the ship, and then the entire ship. Then he stressed his brain and he thought that why is it happening? If earth is flat, then the minimum view or a miniature view of the ship should have been seen on the whole, and that should have been maximized as the ship is moving nearer. But that is not happening. Then he gave on stress to his brain, he went on thinking, and finally he came to a conclusion that it may be that the surface of the earth is curved, due to which the up portion is visible first and then the entire ship. So, this is just an example for you. So, here on the whole, observation is very important in science, experimentation is also very important. Here in this picture, you can see, children, on your right side there is a boy. Because the surface of the earth is spherical, that's why he can see the top view of the ship which is approaching him. Then later on the middle part and the entire part of that particular sail or ship can be clearly seen. So this was not known in the olden days, but because of the curious thinking of a particular person, it led way for thinking and finding out that the earth may be spherical but not flat. But that person, when he starting when in the starting when he said that earth is not flat but in fact spherical, then everyone started laughing on him. But later on, due to his hard work with experimentation, he performed various experiments. So in this way we need to perform certain experiments. For making that experiment, for performing that experiment, we need to think, we need to have a series of steps about which we are going to deal in this lesson, that is about the scientific method of experimentation or the processing skill which is required in the field of science. So because of that particular small thought that earth may not be flat but in fact it may be spherical, that led to the various types of discoveries in the field of this particular topic. Then you can see here in the next para that science is an organized study of knowledge which is based on experimentation. So this is also, you can take it as one of the definition for science. Science is a tool for searching truths of nature. You put it as number 3. This is the third definition for science. Science is a tool for searching truths of nature. Then science is the way of exploring world. So there is not a specific definition by which we can just to define what is science, but in various way we can define. So in this definition we can see that science is a way of exploring the world. In world different things are there in different fields, in different topics. But the common method for that is to follow the process of performing a particular experiment and go ahead in that stepwise systematic manner, and then we can leave behind all the superstitions and have an evidence or a proof, and then certain thing can be proved as a scientific or in a scientific way. Okay, coming to the next paragraph, questioning is the primary or fundamental step in scientific thinking. So first thing is questioning. One of the thing is questioning. You should raise questions. Unless and until you are inquisitive or curious, then you can't get the answer for whatever thing you have. For example, Newton. Fruits might have fallen on many people's heads, but it was only Newton who was one day sitting under one apple tree and an apple dropped on his head. When the apple dropped on his head, he could have just scratched his head or rubbed his head where he got the hurt and carried on. But he didn't do that. He thought for a while that why do everything fall down only? What is the reason? Why don't they hang just in the air? Or why don't they go reverse to the earth? This little thought gave way for him to prove different laws of gravitational force or different laws of gravitation, isn't it? So you children also, who knows that you also may become a scientist in future. So for that reason you should raise some questions. It is not that all the time you should be going on questioning and troubling your elders, but in fact you yourself for some time try to find out answer by observing various things. Yeah, or later on you can take the guidance of your elders. Okay, then in the third line, there are many phenomena in nature around us which support or doubt our minds. Of course, there may be problems. Let us observe the following experiences. So here we have few questions, children, regarding which we will discuss. First question is, why do leaves fall down from the tree after turning yellow? You all might have observed, but did you ever raise a question that why the leaves are falling? First, why the new leaves are forming, how the new leaves are forming, how is it growing, and then why is it turning from green to yellow, and then why is it getting shed off or fall off? from the tree. Did you ever get any doubt related to all these things? You might have got, but you might have not searched for the answer. But as you are growing, you need to have that curious nature, inquisitive nature, and you have to frame certain questions and then find out what could be the answer. Your generation is very lucky to just Google for any of the answer. If you ask for your elders, you may sometimes get answers, and you may sometimes not get the answer for that. So you can refer different books also if you want to search for the answer. So the main reason for that is, just like any other living organism, just like human beings, plants are also living organisms. And just like human beings, plants also produce certain chemical messengers which are called as hormones, which is called as, the plant hormone is called as phytohormone. So every hormone, one hormone is responsible for one thing. Just like in our body, different hormones are responsible for different things, for growth, for different changes which take place in our body and as such. So in the plants also certain specific phytohormones are present which will cause